All right, guys, let's talk about the introduction of your course. This is Jeff with Lane Business Tutors here, teaching you how to build high-value courses. So the introduction, should be the portion where you're introducing yourself. Okay, that might sound obvious, but a lot of people miss out on this. Okay, so for me, I own a membership service, and so my memberships has over 30 different courses, okay? And I still introduce myself in every introduction at the beginning of each course, and the reason being is that I don't know where my students are going to start a lot of the time. It depends on where their weaknesses are. Okay, so if you're like me, you want to make sure that you're introducing yourself in each and every one, because you want to make sure that your students develop a relationship with you, develop an identity for you, and identify you with the expert or the person that's going to teach them. Okay, that's very, very important. If you don't do that, then they may not take your content as seriously as they might need to. Okay, and they want to get to know you. That's a big reason why people buy your products, because they like you. They don't buy products from people that they don't like, and they're trusting you to give them a response or some sort of action that they can go on. Okay, and so it's important, and it also helps you build your brand to something that can be very, very valuable in the end. So make sure you are introducing yourself, so that way your students know exactly who you are. Okay, next thing you want to do is lay out the course so your students know what to expect. Okay, that's really, really important, making sure that they understand what is coming up and what to expect. So in the beginning, if you go back to the introduction that I created, okay, the actual introduction of this course that I created, I laid out exactly what I was going to talk about through the entire course, so students know exactly what to expect. This helps create retention, as well as giving them an understanding of where we're going to go. And so there obviously is good flow there, and students are knowing what to expect. So if I just go into each individual video without actually explaining what's going to happen, I have a potential of having students getting lost or getting confused. And when they do that, they tend to turn off your videos. Okay? So because they don't trust that you're going to get them to point A to point B anymore, because now they're lost in your courses. Okay, so this is important to make sure that you are laying out exactly what they should be expecting, what each individual video should come next, so that way they're not lost and you're not teaching out of the flow or the sequence of what should be actually happening. Okay, last thing, if there's anything that needs to be done for the course, okay, or anything that needs to be downloaded, anything like that, then let them know ahead of time. Okay, so I've had a couple situations where I've purchased software and I've had a teaching attached to that, or a tutoring or coaching attached to that, and I wasn't told up front what software I needed to download. And so when my tutoring or coaching was coming up, 30 minutes before the actual coaching session was supposed to start, I was told that I needed to download a couple of these things, and I was running around scrambling trying to get that all done. Okay, and that kind of frustrates people, is when they're going into something or expecting to have a meeting, and all of a sudden they're told that they need to do like 2 or 3 things before this even happens, and it just wasn't told up front. Okay, that's really important to kind of strike out, and the reason being is that it creates confusion, it creates panic, and as soon as you do those 2 things, your students are a little bit frustrated, and on top of that, they're not going to retain the same amount of information that they're supposed to, because you just put them in a panic sense and just before that you're about to teach them, and it just is not going to work with trying to get these students to retain the information they need. So be upfront with what they need very early on, so that way they can be prepared, and it helps them be prepared for your courses, and it also helps you be prepared, so because you know your students know exactly what to expect. Okay, so you're not stopped mid-sentence or anything like that where it says, oh, we weren't told that we need to be ready for this. Okay, if you were a college educator, or if you've been in college or even high school, you know exactly what I mean with those teachers that didn't tell you to do something, and all of a sudden you're stuck sitting there with your hands in your pants, and you're like, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now. Okay, because I am now behind, and that's not what we want with our students. Okay, so that's a little bit about the introduction of what we want to do with high value courses. Make sure we introduce ourselves, make sure that we lay out exactly what's needed within that course, and if they need anything such as software, then make sure that they know about this up front and early enough that they can get it together before the actual course starts. Okay, so that way they're not panicked, they're relaxed, and they're ready to learn from you. Okay, if you'd like to learn more, please ask questions first off. Okay, ask questions in the comments. Email us at lanebusinesstutors.com or at gmail.com. Get us a question out there so that way we can start creating more videos of your common questions within the building courses course or playlist that you're seeing on YouTube. It's completely free to get your questions answered. There's nothing to be sold here other than me helping you figure out what software to use. Okay, so please feel free to ask your questions, and if you'd like to learn even more, check out some of our webinars. There's a link down below in the description to our webinars page, and you can pick whichever webinar that you want to check out. There's no pitch at all. It's 100% free, and they're under 1 hour of full content. Okay, so please check us out. We'd love to see you there, and we'll talk to you soon in the next video. Take care, guys.